now. But
He posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his cast and it says "Justice" on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Antonio Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh,
but
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season, actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like, I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't
It's
look
a
at that
business
stuff.
decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unprettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead.
Switch.
What?
This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest, you almost didn't.
Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right, next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. For weird. Forehead.
I've just been exhausted like the last week.
It's Wednesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. I am the Outlaw of Long Island, well, former Long Island, just the Outlaw, Zach Droll. I'm here joined by my panel of co-hosts, the Goon Christian and Mr. Marathon Mike. Before we get into the news
on that soon, by the way.
My brother-in-law did the marathon recently. He was at the one 2 weeks ago.
Sick. Oh, the New York one?
Yep. So,
Oh, sweet.
before we dive into the news, my scapegoat jacket came in with the tag. I believe, because Jack Perry also wrote the fucking number, and his handwriting is just as scuffed as mine. So this is either number 24, 29, or 21. Don't really know. It's also signed by the scapegoat himself. Also, a Polaroid of him signing the jacket. So, there's that. And the jacket itself, which is a pretty fucking awesome jacket, in my opinion. I will be wearing it quite a bit, because it's now getting colder down south. So, like, currently, it's the first time I've seen this number down here. It's 47 degrees.
Shit, it might be cooler than that up. Well, actually, never mind. That was a stupid comment. All right, moving on.
Yeah, it might be colder in New York.
Yeah,
You
moving
don't
on.
fucking say.
Moving on. Told
Like-
you I was fucking exhausted.
Dude, I had work today, right? If anyone's exhausted, it's me. Even though it was like
My
a
phone died and I
4-hour
woke
shift.
up late for work this morning.
Sounds like a
So,
skill
yeah,
issue.
my day hasn't been going great.
But all right, so we're gonna dive into the news, which is just one thing. Christian, hit us off with that.
Yeah, so Ring of Honor, Final Battle, is going to be taking place in the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, which I've always said I'm surprised AEW hasn't run Hammerstein yet. So they are going to be running Hammerstein for Ring of Honor Final Battle and AEW Collision coming up soon. So that's pretty cool, and this was bound to happen.
I
Yeah,
like it.
That's really about it.
yeah. What they're gonna
I mean,
do?
I mean, I could have told you this back in 2021 that I thought they were gonna run this venue eventually, and here they are. So, nothing wrong with that.
Is what they're gonna do the final battle, then the collision afterwards. So
Yes.
that's cool. That should be an easy sellout for them too,
Yeah.
because Hammerstein Ballroom can hold like 15,000.
I mean, I'm gonna look to get tickets for sure.
Yeah. GCW is running there again. For the People versus GCW. So. yeah.
Also, Mike, the pay-per-views have been bought. I bought the 2-pack of
I might,
Full Gear and World's End. I bought that
I
2-pack.
might be going to Full Gear, most likely.
Well, just in case, I bought the 2-pack, so both pay-per-views are there. Also, they still have yet to they still have yet to transfer my fucking pay-per-views from Bleacher Report.
Jesus Christ, it's been a couple months at
Yep,
this point.
and Bleacher Report sucks dick with their customer
Mine-
support.
Yeah,
Well,
that I can believe.
Mine are all good.
Mine were not all good. Like everything, like it has up to All Out 2021. That's it.
Yikes.
I don't know why mine's
Yikes,
taking
Rooney.
forever.
Yikes, Rooney. Okay.
But Bleacher Report, fuck you, suck my cock. All right.
Mine are all there, but like I actually didn't check if like any of them are missing. I don't really give a shit. It's all gonna be on Max anyway. So
But still, it's the
Whatever.
principle of the money I put into it. That's just what
That's
it
fair.
is. It's the
No, that's
principle
fair.
of the money that I put into it.
Absolutely fair.
If I didn't buy these pay-per-views myself with the money that I've earned, I
You
wouldn't
give
be
two
upset.
shits.
Yeah, I wouldn't give two shits. But it's because I legit have been supporting this company since like conception and like birth. I feel entitled to get my shit. But all right, other than that, though, we had a pretty stacked card tonight. A lot of good matches. We opened up with Christian Cage versus
Christian
Cage,
Cage and,
Hangman versus the Bang Bang Gang. And fun match. Really fun. I have no complaints here. Like Juice doing Juice things. Both like stories interlocking, getting conclusions, and shit like that.
Let me just ask you a question about the Triller thing. Have you looked
At the pay-per-view
because-
archives?
Well, because they in your purchase pay-per-views, it won't be in there.
No,
Like, it will
I've
not be in your it'll have say my pay-per-view.
I did look at that. I check it
Okay.
like every week to see if it updates.
All right.
Trust me, I know. I've read the instructions on what they gave me to do. Like, yeah, my pay-per-views stop at All Out 2021.
Oh, God
Well,
fucking damn it.
technically Fight for the Fallen and Fighter Fest, but those really weren't pay-per-views. Those were free shows that aired. Yeah, but Bleacher Report has not gotten back to me. I might just bite the bullet and buy the pay-per-views themselves at that point. Just so I have them.
I would give
yeah,
it
I
a little
wouldn't
bit
do
more
that.
time.
Well, they keep
It's probably
going.
a lot more. Well, it's probably a lot. There's a lot of people having the same issue, probably.
It's half and half, but yeah, though, like this was a fun match. Like I'm happy that at least like a small blow off for the Juice and Christian stuff that really never got 100% blow off, because I believe when the tag team stuff happened, Juice was not Juice. Jay was hurt, and so was Juice too. So, but yeah, this was a very solid match. I enjoyed it. Anything from you guys?
Yeah, just good stuff, commercial free. First opener here. But yeah, great stuff from these guys. I mean, they sold Hangman's leg. They're really selling that, and how Jay wants to be the first person to tap out Hangman at the pay-per-view. Obviously there was some fucking fuckery here, and yeah, Hangman and Christian win. Hook got involved early in the match and took Nick Wayne out of the equation, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's a pre-show match. Hook and Nick Wayne. So
Yeah, probably 0 hour.
yeah, so but yeah, good opener. Just building for the
Speaking of
pay-per-view.
0 hour, we're gonna be getting it's gonna be the most interesting 0 hour match ever. Fucking AJ versus QT.
Oh, so funny story about this. So I have a couple friends that only watch WWE. One friend in particular literally will, every single time we hang out, bring wrestling up, and I'm one of those people that if you don't send me a funny meme on Twitter or from Twitter or Instagram, or have a legitimate question about like, hey, do you by any chance remember this? I'm kind of stuck on something that happened during the show. If you don't do that and you just bring up, dude, watch WWE again, AEW sucks, I'm just like, dude, I don't want to fucking talk wrestling like when I'm not watching or doing this. Like, shut up.
That's
But
all.
anyway, he does that.
That's how
he
it is
does
for
this
me.
24/7. He does this 24/7 every time we hang out, and then this match was brought up again, not by me, because I don't want to talk wrestling when I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
At his birthday dinner last weekend, or weekend, 2 weekends ago, so a week and a half ago. Anyway, they're discussing this. This gets brought up, and lo and behold, they're like, all right, we actually want to get tickets to see this. And I'm like, out of all the things AEW has done, this is what's getting you to buy a ticket.
Their mind's about to be fucking blown.
I did not have to do anything to convince them to go to an AEW show. They, on the other hand, try and convince me 24/7 to, one, not only go to a show, but start watching again. And I feel like I got a W here for doing absolutely nothing, not even trying to do anything. So yeah, they're going to an AEW show because of what is it? Big Justice and AJ. Is that their names again?
Costco guys.
We're
Yeah,
Costco
Costco guys.
guys.
So yeah, for that, I get a big boom.
Okay, brother. Okay.
Cheers, buddy.
All right.
I had a double chunk chocolate cookie yesterday. I did. This is literally a factual statement. My mom went to Costco and I said, bring home 2 double chunk chocolate cookies, and that's what happened.
Not
Was
even a
was it
chicken
big boom?
bake.
It was well, chicken bakes are fucking disgusting. So,
Really?
So yeah, I don't like them. I mean,
That-
I'm a picky eater, so if there's one thing that I don't like in a food, then it's over with. So,
Okay, that's fair.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like I probably would like the chicken bake if there was like no ranch or
Okay.
like cream in it. Then yeah, then I would like it. But I don't because they put that one thing in there.
I know how you feel. I have that thing with provolone cheese. If I like everything else except that, not eating it. Or except if it has that, I'm not eating it. So that's fair.
All right. What was after this, Mike? Because I only remember the beginning.
After this, they did the lineup for the episode, which I like that they've brought that back. Something that was needed. After this, we had Renee in the back with the incoming Mercedes Moné and Camille, who had her left arm in an arm cast, and I don't know what. I don't want to say I don't like this gimmick of Mercedes being like mad at Renee's entrances. I just feel like it's unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she cuts a promo. I don't remember what she said. Christian, do you remember what she said?
Basically, I mean, she was asking. Renee asked about why
That's right.
Mercedes and Camille tried to kill Chris Statlander last week. And then Mercedes basically just talked down about Chris Statlander. She belittled Camille to tell her to go bring her stuff into the locker room. Statlander then showed up, and then the fight ensued, and then Statlander ended up tackling Mercedes and Camille through a wall in the back. And yeah, the TBS Championship match is confirmed. It's going to be Mercedes and Chris Statlander for the title at Full Gear.
I mean, they were in a parking lot last week. I mean, maybe they thought they were in the NXT parking lot. I don't know. Just spitballing here.
Yeah. But
after this, we had Tony Schiavone in the ring, announces Will Ospreay to the ring, and he basically calls out Kyle Fletcher immediately, like we're talking mano-y-mano right now. Kyle comes out, and he gets to the apron, the ring apron, and Ospreay just goes, "Oh, hold on one sec there, buddy. I've been in these Don Callis family meetings. I know you got something on you. Take it out of your pocket." Takes out the screwdriver, and then this was honestly one of the more underrated parts of the show. Ospreay literally takes the screwdriver, throws it at the ground, and he stuck that landing with that screwdriver, which...
the most unintentional, like, coolest moment of the night.
Yes. I enjoyed that very much.
Because there's no way, like...
cool.
Like, yes, you could have practiced that 100 times, but there's no way for that to have been perfect.
I'm gonna break your heart. That's extremely easy to do.
No, but
I'm
like,
not even joking.
no, I know it's easy, but like, if for all we know, that could have been the perfect accident. Because that thing could have, because he could have thrown
he
it.
threw a sharp object to a soft object. It's
But-
gonna stick.
But for all you know, it could have went handle first and then bounced.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well,
a 50-50.
semi-soft object. Yeah.
It's a 50-50. I mean, it's either gonna bounce off or it's gonna stick in there.
And for all we know, didn't mean to stick. Keep that in mind.
I'm actually glad it did stick, because who knows what angle that would have gone off the
Oh, no,
ground.
it
Like,
would've-
could have went
it-
right
it-
towards
if-
one of the commentators
If
and
it hits
jumped
the
over the
sharp end,
table.
it's gonna stick in there regardless. If it hits the the handle end, then it'll bounce up, and then it'll probably bounce over to the other sharp side, and then probably fall on the ground. But yeah, I mean, it was cool.
It was. I mean,
It was.
on
pretty...
it, like Zach said, unintentionally, the coolest moment of the night.
I mean, it's like knife throwers. It's like
There
you
was
had
a
a lot of
good
knife to work with.
there was a good tweet about this. Osprey unintentionally taking the assassin part of his gimmick seriously.
Hmm. But yeah, he called out Kyle Fletcher, and uh, Kyle, he basically talked to Will about how he gave his reason why he doesn't want to be him. He doesn't want to be a copy of him. He says what he's gonna do to him at Full Gear. He challenged him officially to a match at Full Gear, which is going to happen. We already knew this. Osprey, he basically said, "You ain't nothing more. I did all this stuff for you. You haven't done what I have done in my career. You haven't done anything outside of tag stuff. Um, like, just what do you get? What have you done besides to come up to me? And yes, I have stabbed Omega and Okada in the back before. But Kyle basically says, well, it's not about what I haven't done, it's about what I am going to do. And they're just going back and forth about basically where they are in their career. Kyle ends up bringing out Lance Archer and Brian Cage. And then Will says, well, I brought it back up on my own. Then he comes out with Mark Davis and Powerhouse Hobbs. The brawl ensues. And then that leads right into Broderick Strong versus Lance Archer. And this match...
In a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Falls Count Anywhere. Well, the match never got in the ring. It was basically entirely into the concourse. And Roddy ends up hitting a jumping knee over the barricade in the penalty box to Lance Archer and wins his 3 straight, which grants him the opportunity to challenge MJF at the pay-per-view, which we're going to have more on that after this. But that led strictly into because
Just to pay mention to that, when that did happen, they showed MJF in his lair, let's call it, and he basically had a non-reaction to this, and that made me think, are they actually going to have Adam Cole lose? And like you said, we go right into Adam Cole and Takeshita,
which is like I love tonight. It was just like it was promos into matches flawlessly.
Yeah, because
like
perfect. Usually during MJF's feuds, when somebody quote unquote completes an obstacle, he usually has like that reaction of like, crap, I can't believe they did this. And that non-reaction spoke volumes.
Yeah, because the Adam Cole match hadn't happened yet. He knew what was going to happen.
Well, he had a very strong inkling of what was going to happen.
But Roddy was trying to cut a promo. In comes Konosuke Takeshita to make it the attack. Adam Cole then comes out to make the save, and this brings us right into Adam Cole versus Takeshita. Solid match.
Yeah,
another fun match.
Yeah, decent match.
Really good near falls because most of us probably were expecting Adam Cole to win this. Even though I was like, they probably shouldn't really be beating Takeshita like this. And
yeah, not yet.
I'm glad I was right. Because I mean, he doesn't need to be losing willy-nilly like this as the international champion, because I mean he was before he was then, but then they started pushing him and then he hasn't, which I'm glad. But the match was solid. Takeshita ended up using the Dynamite diamond ring to screw over Adam Cole, which I mean they got out of there with Adam Cole not really taking that much of a hit because he got screwed. But he hit Takeshita hit him in the head with the Dynamite diamond ring, and pinned Adam Cole to bar him from challenging MJF at Full Gear. So it looks like it's just going to be MJF versus Roddy, and Takeshita completed his mission.
That's gonna be a fun match. Like Roddy and MJF. That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like that they did this because even though this rematch is literally like over a year in the making, it also at the same time felt rushed in a sense. So I'm very, very glad that they did this and are going to focus on a one-on-one match between them after this pay-per-view because I think that's what these two deserve.
Yeah, at World's End, it's the one-on-one match. Clearly,
no, I'm glad they did this.
Because think about it, you finish it where it started. Not in the same arena, but in the same pay-per-view. Finish it where it started. Even though it never got off the ground, just finish it where it started.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking about that during the show. Like, where would this storyline have gone had both of them not gotten injured?
It would have finished at, like, All In, I believe. Right, Christian?
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. If not earlier.
No, I thought it was probably Double or Nothing. Probably would have been earlier.
I would say, like...
I don't think they want to drag that shit out all the way to All In again. I mean, that would have been... I wouldn't have done that because people weren't really hot on that story anyway.
Well,
even before that guy, they got hurt.
Yeah, I guess. I think
Revolution.
Yeah, Revolution.
They got the latest. At the latest.
Well, because here's the thing: they had the singles match at All In, which was August. World's End, the Devil Reveal was December 30th. I don't know. Even Double or Nothing would have been a little bit of a stretch at that point.
That or the Revolution, Dynasty, Double or Nothing, one of them.
Probably Revolution.
Yeah.
But as Carl likes to say, we don't like to play the game of what ifs here because we drive ourselves nuts.
I'm just scrolling through Twitter looking at shit, and JD from New York is having a piss fit about the episode. What else is new?
I don't.
That guy has a piss fit about every. No, I don't follow him either.
Oh, I don't follow him.
I can sort of see why you didn't like the episode, but if you're going on like a full-on, like raged and fueled rant, like seek help, or just stop watching the show. It's like I don't know what else.
Oh, but then how does he make money? But no, I just have. But I'm looking at my For You page on Twitter.
I get a bunch of crap on my For You page. I'm so glad I don't follow so many people. Okay. That's a whole other story in itself. But after Takeshita picks up the ring, Roderick Strong comes back and attacks him, which was to be short-lived because Takeshita low-blowed him. God, always hate that, Never a good time, always terrible. And then who comes to the rescue? The guy who's been watching these matches back, or in the back, I should say, Kyle O'Reilly. And he scares Takeshita out of the ring, holding a steel chair. And he goes to shake hands with Roddy. And Adam Cole goes to shake hands with Kyle O'Reilly. And O'Reilly is just like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, so obviously a tease of the Undisputed Era, boys. So big minus Bobby Fish, but I mean it was pretty cool to see them in the ring together again. Haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, it should also speak volumes how Punk's been gone for over a year now, and Bobby Fish is not back. So
Bobby Fish left the company years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Before Punk did.
Yeah, I know, but he had a problem with Punk.
Yeah, I know, but it should. Like it's
He's
been
also
well over a year. Is he under contract?
no.
No. Yeah, no, he's like.
He hasn't been under contract in like 2 years.
Remember, he was in like fucking TNA for a hot minute.
Well, no, well
Yeah.
well that's the thing. He's also like 50 something. Like he's at the end of his like in ring career. He's been doing MLW. Yeah, it's not like he's a young guy.
And I'm just saying they usually don't have a problem bringing certain people back, but
I mean,
it
like,
feels like
it's.
they intentionally stayed away from him.
I mean, that was just to keep Punk happy, but never say never on Bobby somehow coming back into this. If they want to do anything with the undisputed elite, undisputed era, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Time will tell.
Yeah, just never say never, I guess. Maybe just
Yeah,
have just have Bobby do
he's-
stuff backstage.
He's in MLW right now. I know that.
Mm.
Yeah, and as so back to the show, as Kyle is like backing away from the ring, he's like fixated on Adam Cole, and the commentary team, which I like this, made a point of saying, I don't have the exact quote, but they basically said new friends, old grudges.
Fucking Excalibur was stumbling through parts of a segment today. He was like tripping over his words. I think like when he was doing the card rundown and then going to the
I
back at
noticed
one
that.
point.
I noticed that during the Death Riders segment.
Mm. That was yeah. So Death Riders showed up.
At least I think it was that.
It was one of them.
No, it was definitely that because it did look like something was supposed to happen a couple seconds sooner, and he was just like, "Oh crap, I gotta kill a couple seconds of time." Like that. At that one, it really came across.
Yeah.
So after all this, before we go to commercial, I believe, the Death Riders pull up in a black. Okay, this was either before or after commercial. The Death Riders.
It
pull up
doesn't
in a
matter.
black
Who the fuck cares?
I don't know.
Are we talking
write
about the
down.
commercials here? I can tell you that I
Well.
saw like a fucking Jack in the Box commercial. How about that? There you go.
I don't pay attention to the commercials. So they pull up in a black truck, and then we cut to Renee in the back with the Hurt Syndicate. I kind of missed the first like 30 seconds of this promo. What was said?
I think it's more of a
They-
mission.
It just switched. Yeah, it was just.
It's more
calling out
mission
Swerve.
statements.
Calling out Swerve, just hyping up the pay-per-view.
And after this, they go right back to the ring, and JD Drake, who apparently had a scheduled match, was jumped by Claudio and Yuta.
Yeah, he was supposed to do, I guess, the qualifier match for fucking Rampage, probably. Oh well.
Yeah, so Yuta. Go ahead, Christian.
No, I'm just saying. The Death Riders came out. Moxley, which basically started cutting a promo on Orange Cassidy. No
Took
pack.
over the superstation known as TBS. I thought he actually was going to go to TBS headquarters in some
know what I was
fucking
thinking.
area.
Yeah, I don't know why they advertised it like that. I think that was pretty stupid of them because
I-
it was just a promo.
I thought that was a joke meme at first, and then I didn't realize that was
Nope.
real until the
Yep.
show tonight.
Yep, Tom's Customs got all of us at one point. Like, what the fuck? But nope, it actually, this is what they did. You know, it was
That was a head scratcher.
it just another promo, pretty much saying like how, hey, Wheeler is my boy. He is mine to control. He is not yours.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see where this aspect of the story goes.
Yeah, so, but yeah, Orange then came out. He started saying how he's gonna reclaim the power in AEW away from Moxley. And he's gonna take out the Pawn first, which is Wheeler, and that's going to be happening next week.
Keep
Orange is the
in-
Wrestle Yuta on
Something
Dynamite.
interesting was when Wheeler said, "I'm not a pawn."
And
Claudio
turned to
Claudio
him and
did
said,
a
"Shut up."
long stare at
Well,
him.
that wasn't the only thing here because then Darby Allin then attacked them and they started brawling to the back and then they were gonna ditch Yuta. They all got in the car and left and they were gonna ditch Yuta, but then Darby showed back up, attacked Claudio. Claudio rammed him and swung him into the
I
steel
thought-
grate.
I thought he was gonna
You gotta
swing
love
him
Darby.
into the
Claudio ran back to the car and then Yuta jumped in the backseat. They were going to leave Yuta. They were
You
going to
gotta
leave Yuta.
love how Darby Allin just jumps in the freaking truck of a moving black pickup truck.
The thing is too,
You gotta love this guy.
they could have kept driving. He wasn't going to be able to do anything because that sliding window locks from the inside. Is he gonna like actually punch through the window?
Well, I mean, you never know. He could have had like something on him to
But
break the window.
But still, you're in a moving vehicle. You can stop short. He can roll over the top of the truck, and then you just run him over.
We're
You
talking
could.
we're talking about logistics in a wrestling storyline.
I know. Then also,
And
so
it also wasn't the NXT parking lot.
so when fucking Claudio was beating the shit out of him and throwing him into the garage, I thought he was gonna throw him into the banister of the handles for the ramp. I thought he was gonna throw him in there because knowing Darby been like, either you can throw me into the garage or throw me into there. I'm okay with either.
I thought for some reason he was gonna throw him over those to hit one of the trucks.
Yeah, I think the truck was too close, so it wasn't gonna do it. But no, it was so Darby taking crazy bumps. Then fucking as soon as Darby gets knocked out, Wheeler and Claudio run away. Wheeler hops to the back of the truck. They yell, "Go, go, go!" Orange tries to follow suit. Picks up Darby. Darby pushed him away. Darby looked concussed because he was drooling from the mouth, saying, "Come on, I'm still up. I ain't hear no bell." Pretty much.
Also, somebody must have said the F word here because they did that stupid thing.
Either that,
With the
or
random
someone
crowd
said
noise.
someone said shit and they couldn't time it right. Because even though after like 9:30 you can say shit, or not after 8:30 you can say shit.
Who the hell knows?
So after
So
this,
is this potentially building to Mox Claudio Pac versus, for some reason, not really a reunion, more of a revenge for ditching me thing? Darby, OC, and Yuta.
no, I think OC is too far gone. Not OC. Wheeler is brainwashed.
Yeah,
Nah,
again,
he'll come back around. Not
yeah.
anytime soon, but that's where the story is gonna go. He's gonna be the reason that this all fucking comes down eventually, and it's gonna be Yuta. Maybe not him alone. Like he'll help Darby win the title or something like that. But he's gonna help.
Evolution. Because I feel like World's End is too soon.
I don't know. Whenever it ends, that's. I mean, that's. I mean, I can't really predict like when this is gonna end because I really don't know. It's just whenever it ends.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going until at least Revolution. Anyway, after this we had video package of recap of Ishii pinning Jericho, and basically Renee was in the back with Jericho and Big Bill and Brian Keith.
It's the learning tree and his branches.
Hi guys.
No, we didn't even get that. It was just, hey
Yeah, we
guy.
did.
No, it was,
No,
hey guys.
Yeah, close enough.
It's pretty much just like, hey, like, I've known Ishii for 30 years. Back when he was a young boy, he would get my coffee, carry my gear, and wash my back in the showers.
Even Renee was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're wrestling next week.
Yep.
Oh, and they also showed footage from the match 2 years ago where Ishii bloodied Jericho's chest. That I enjoyed.
This brought us to Britt Baker versus.
Oh, wait.
Penelope
Before
Ford.
that, they announced the official start date of the Continental Classic this year.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
As expected.
I think we
after
probably
Full Gear.
get the blocks announced on Friday or Saturday.
No, probably after the pay-per-view.
Do you think they're gonna do a what they did last year?
Yes.
Yeah, blue, like the blue and gold
no,
blocks.
No, the YouTube like show.
Oh, that
thing
yes,
that they
yes.
did to announce the competitors. I think they'll do that.
If they don't
They
do
should.
that, they're probably gonna do something between all 3 shows next week of basically every or most of, if not every guy in the tournament would like cut a short promo or something announcing that they're in.
Yeah.
Then we had Britt Baker versus Penelope Ford. So just a match. Britt won. Then after this, Serena Deeb came out to stare down Britt, so they'll be feuding. They had Jamie talk about what she's gonna do next, and then they had a Julia Hart vignette, just talking about all the women's stuff. They had a Julia Hart vignette, which have been very good. There was one on Collision. They're pretty cool. So Julia should be coming back shortly.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then they announced that Mina is back, and she's going to be wrestling Harley Cameron.
This segment pissed off a lot of people, but it was so good.
This segment
wrestle Anna again in a rubber match on Collision again for
this
no
segment.
DQ.
This segment fed families.
Fucking Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron. That was a fun back and forth.
This segment fed families.
After this, we had Leo Rush versus Swerve Strickland, which was a very, very good match. I mean, when this was announced, you expect a very good match out of these two, and that's what we got. A lot of fun. Really enjoyed this one. Swerve, he ended up picking up the victory with the big pressure. Just a lot of really, really good match. After this, the Hurt Syndicate came out and cut a promo on Swerve. And then Shelton Benjamin ended up attacking Swerve from the back. Nana ended up getting basically like trapped in the corner by Shelton while Bobby beat up Swerve. And they threw Nana out the ring harshly. Bobby
That was
Lashley
fucking hilarious, by the way.
Bobby Lashley put Swerve out with he put him out with the Hurt Lock. And then there was a noticeable thing after they threw Nana out. They had Leo Rush in the corner just watching this all go down, teasing that he is going to end up in the Hurt Syndicate because they mentioned on commentary that and in Renee's interview that they're looking for a 4th member. So regardless of who that is, we could speculate. But
Max Caster, fucking Leo Rush.
Leo Rush is the one that's being speculated on right now. Well, not speculated, being teased right now. Yeah, Max Caster got a card. Hobbs is something you always have to think about. Bowens, I think, is a contender that would be a double Swerve. But yeah, I'm excited to see Swerve and Bobby Lashley at the pay-per-view. I think that's going to be a very good match.
Oh, yeah.
And Bobby really hasn't been in the ring with somebody like Swerve in a bit. So,
well, I think that the last person comparable, even I'm not sure they had a match in WWE, but like him and I think
they didn't.
Okay, him and Cedric didn't do anything.
Oh, him and Cedric did, but it was all squashes because they.
Oh, I'm about to say like that's like the only other person I could see comparable to a style of Swerve.
I wouldn't say that. Cedric Alexander, I wouldn't compare him to Swerve like that.
That's just like only opinion.
Cedric's not anywhere close to him. I mean, he's more of a high flyer than anything.
Fair.
Bobby Lashley, I'd say closely. I mean, there really isn't anybody you can really say. Maybe like Carmelo Hayes. I mean, this I don't really compare anybody to Swerve, but he hasn't been in the ring with somebody that's a big time main eventer like Swerve.
Yeah.
In a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So excited for that one. After this, we had FTR.
Oh, that's
versus-
interesting.
What?
So somebody posted something on social media. Mark Davis and Will Ospreay got into an argument in the parking lot. Obviously, kayfabe.
Yeah. There's a digital exclusive.
Yes. So that's interesting. All right, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they even like like Mark was kind of asking Will what he was doing. When he when I was pushing Kyle when they were all fighting, because it feels like he hasn't made a decision yet.
Mm.
But anyway, we brought us to the main event: FTR versus the Kings of the Black Throne.
I
And
thought this
going
match was going to go into a time limit draw from how late it was getting into with the overrun.
No. I mean, just because of the qualifying implications, then what are you gonna do? That would have been a fucky thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna be made a fatal five-way. That wouldn't have worked.
Well, wouldn't it have been both teams get eliminated? Because I feel like AEW's done that in the
Yeah,
past.
but then it's a triple threat. I mean, it's already confirmed to be a four-way at the pay-per-view, so
Yeah.
they weren't really that would just cause complications. But the match itself was very good. Really enjoyed this one. This was a great main event. I mean, this is 4 high-quality in-ring wrestlers and 2 great tag teams going at it. And the entire match, I'm like, listen, I'm never gonna complain about FTR being in spots. I mean, FTR is one of the greatest tag teams ever. But I'm like, they really should give this to the Kings of the Black Throne tonight. They really should be in a pay-per-view position. And that's exactly what they did. I was surprised because other than I was like some of the near falls, I'm going, all right, okay. I'm like, all right, there's this, and then FTR is just gonna win. And we're gonna have FTR because the Outrunners are already locked into the match. So yeah, I was like, all right, well, they're FTR. I already have history with the Outrunners. Like they're friendly.
Now the thing is,
so that makes sense. But they went with the Kings of the Black Throne. I think they did this twice tonight, where they beat Adam Cole, and they went with the Kings of the Black Throne, where they kind of went out of the box a bit. And I'm glad they did, because I think they need to be in that spot. It looks like the entire House of Black is getting a push as of late. Even though
I fucking hope
they're getting more TV time, and they're getting a push.
I hope the Kings of the Black Throne, because I know they're not winning at the pay-per-view. It's fucking obvious.
No team should be winning. The Private Party they just put that shit on Private Party. There's no excuse for anybody else winning at the pay-per-view but Private Party.
Also, I feel like this was extremely subtle at the end of the match, but I want to get your guys' opinion. Like, they didn't really make a point of emphasis on this by showing his face, but did you guys sense that in storyline, like Malachi was kind of upset that he had to rely on Brody to win the match? Or am I just making shit up out of my ass?
Self-doubt issues. I mean, I could see that being a possibility. That's the storyline with him, where he's having self-doubt.
Like
I said, it was very subtle.
Yeah, I could see that being a possibility.
Yeah.
But Brody won. He choked out Dax after 2 vicious lariats, and very hard. They shook hands afterwards, and now it's Private Party, Outrunners, and Kings of the Black Throne, with the last spot to be filled by either LFI or the Acclaimed, which is probably going to be LFI because there's already 3 babyface tag teams in the match.
Mm-hmm.
LFI being represented by Roosh and the Beast Mordos.
It's gonna be really fun.
Also, just shout out to Dax, who's like the GOAT at kicking out at like 2.98.
You see, with a lot of the kickouts, it was giving me, it was worrying me that like maybe that FTR was gonna win.
I still remember last year. Is my camera out of focus?
Slightly, but it's not really. But it's back.
Okay.
Even though we're ending soon anyway.
Yeah, I know. It always pisses me off when it goes out of focus. I still remember last year at the UBS show where FTR wrestled the Guns, and they put their careers on the line, or AEW title or contracts, or whatever it was. And I swear
it was
there
career.
was that one near fall, and the referee's hand is like this far away from the mat, and I'm just like, oh my god, they're actually gonna go through with this. He kicked out fucking right here, and I'm just like, this guy is the fucking king of doing this.
And that was the night that Dynamite had another amazing fucking entrance on a televised show. Still, like, hands down, my favorite entrance. Personally, I'm there for both, but I loved Hangman the Dark Order versus the Elite Squad in the 10-man tag at Fight for the Fallen 2021. But the Guns coming out to many men, fucking iconic. Absolutely
and then you were mad
iconic.
that they lost on the sole basis that they came out to that song.
No, I know.
Christian.
I don't know who it was, but I know like one. I love the Guns. I've always loved the Guns. The Guns are fucking awesome. Hands down, they're fucking awesome. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna end it here. Wrestler of the week, I will give it to fuck it, I'll give it to Adam Cole. People are dogging him for a shitty spray tan that he has every week now, but I don't care. Fucking, he's Adam Cole, baby. He's fucking awesome. Mike.
Just because I feel like he's had two really, really good matches within the last week. How about Lio Rush?
No problem there. For me, I guess I'll go with the Kings of the Black Throne or the entire House of Black. They've been real good as of late, putting on quality shit. So, I'm very happy to see them in more prominent positions finally.
All right. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back next week for the Go Home show for Full Gear. Sorry, I'm like, it's been a long day for me. Yeah, so catch you all next week. Goodbye.